What's up guys, it's Kevin from Mathers on the Map, and today I'm going to be working on the foundation for our shower, which is going to be right over here. And in order to set everything up, I need to get the insulation done on the ceiling just for this piece over the shower, and then I need to run my wires as well. So first things first, I'm running my wires, getting everything set up, then I'll be putting some foam board insulation and Reflectix over that, and then I can finally start the framing with steel studs for the shower. So that box is going to be our shower slash bathroom toilet thing. Alright, so I'm just using masking tape here to mark my wires, so I'm not going to be screwing things up when I go to wire everything to the battery bank. So I have my switch, my light switch for my bathroom, which will go to a puck light in the ceiling here. I have my 16 gauge wire to my Nature's Head composting toilet, which would be in the bathroom as well, and then I have a gray water tank that's going to be underneath the van, and we're going to put an electric switch for the ball valve to drain it right out automatically, so we don't have to crawl out underneath the vehicle to open that up and drain our gray water tanks. So right now I think that's it for wiring over the ceiling. So I'm going to, next step is to insulate the top here with the foam board insulation, and then we will get to framing this out. Alright, so I'm going to hold off on doing the Reflectix for right now because I want to put great stuff in here. Just spray foam, and then I'll put up the Reflectix. So I'm going to build out the framing on the bottom here, and I'm going to measure it at 42 inches. But the steel studs in length are actually going to be 41 inches because I'm going to be using 1/2 inch plywood on both sides of the steel framing to connect to the cabinet and on the left side and the closet on the right. Alright guys, so for framing out your shower, what you're going to want to do first is, one, determine where you want your shower to go. So we're going to, if I'm looking outside the van here, it's going to be right in the doorway, and we're going to have our shower to be 42 inches in length, and then the width of the shower pan, which I think is 24 if I'm not mistaken. So you want to first, next thing you want to do is determine which way your drain's going to go. So look underneath the vehicle, and then you'll determine where is the best place to push your hole, or put your hole in the van floor, and make sure it's not in the way of any of the components underneath the vehicle. And we're going to have it on the right side here, and then our plumbing is going to be on the right side as well. So we're going to have to run our lines through underneath the shower pan up to here, and our shower head's going to be right here. So once you have that in place, then you want to get to your framing. We're going to be using steel studs 2.5 inches thick, and I'm starting at the floor and I'm going to work my way up. So right now I'm just kind of getting everything situated. I haven't drilled anything, put any screws in yet, but this is where we're at. Also, before you finish framing, you want to get your insulation done up top and your wires ran. Alright, so I got the insulation done for these 3 ribs, and now I'm working on framing. So I did a 42-inch piece on the roof here, or on the ceiling, and then I'm starting from the left side and started to frame that out from the floor, and I'm about to screw this down, this first stud here, to prevent the stud from beveling in when I try and screw it. I just have a little extension made out of sockets that I wedge between the middle there, and then when I go to screw, it can only bevel in so much. That's a little tip for you. Just measuring it from the midline, make sure it's 7.5 inches, perfect. And then I just lift this back up, so I make sure I don't screw this in. So, again, just to reiterate, I measured, here's my midline here, and I measured 7.5 inches from the midline, and then I found the midline in the ceiling of the van, which is, if you're looking at the ribs, there's like creases in the ceiling, and then this one is the midline, so I just drew a line straight down, and then 7.5 inches from here to here. It's going to be difficult. Things aren't going to look level, I mean, because especially where I'm parked, I'm kind of on a slope like this, on an angle. So you definitely want to use the midline and get a level if you can, just to make things are straight and in place. All right, so for the back studs, I'm going to be drilling into this from, I think that I'm going to use foam board, but I need to be able to screw into something, right? So we put these steel studs, the horizontal studs in place, so I'll be able to drill the foam board into the backing here for support. And then to do this, basically had to cut 2 inches off both sides, and then I slide it back into here. It's kind of difficult, but slide it in through there, and then I screw it on from this stud so it's on tight, and then I get another piece and I basically put it over like this, and that's what, so there's 2 pieces there. I don't know if you can tell. And then I'll have a nice supporting horizontal studs to screw into, and then I'm also going to do another vertical right here as well as right here.
So for the studs that run horizontally, I learned the hard way that I need to screw the pieces together before screwing them into the vertical studs. And what you're going to do there is make sure you measure twice before you make your cuts, so everything is clean and flush along the vertical studs there.
All right, so I got the horizontal studs completed for the backing board of the shower against the wall, and I use with the steel frames here. You can see I cut slits. Can you see that? There you go. So I could keep the shape of the van, right, and keep it as close to that wall as possible. And I made another cut here. I don't know if you can see that or not. As I made my way up. So I did 2 for the top section, 3 for the mid, and then 3 for the bottom as well. And I didn't go all the way down to the ground because we have our shower pan that needs to go below that. Next, I'm going to put this stud straight up here. Same thing for that. I'll put that one in place. And then I'm also going to do vertical studs for the backboard as well along that shape, and then I'll probably do it above this as well. So here's the finished product. Everything's framed out. I'll be able to screw the foam board to the back. You can see here everything's built out with 2.5 inch wide steel studs, and I did use some of the leftover 3 5/8 for the vertical pieces here that I could screw into with the foam board from the side here. So this is where we'll put the 1/2 inch plywood on, and then same with the other side, and the inside will be wrapped in the foam board. And Taylor really wants tile on the walls, which is going to be a lot of work, but it's okay, so we might be doing that. And then from let me go grab the shower pan and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's the shower pan. So you can see we put the drain will be on the right side, and we can drill straight through to the floor. So We're going to have our gray water tank on the outside of our van underneath the vehicle. So that's what it looks like there, and then we'll have enough space for our plumbing. And I actually cut a hole through the stud there for the PEX line. So the PEX is going to run right above here all the way across, and then through this stud, and then up, and then I'm going to put a piece of wood here, and then that'll be where the mixer is, and then I'll have another piece of wood up here for the shower head. And then we're going to be doing the Nature's Head composting toilet. So I might put a wood platform above the shower pan that will be removable, and the Nature's Head would sit on top of that, because I don't want the Nature's Head to be on the pan and potentially put a hole through it. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video on framing the shower / bathroom. The next video that's coming up is going to be running the plumbing to the shower and running the plumbing to the water compartment, as well as to our kitchen. So you might see some Plex line on the ground right now, but that is the next priority. So if you have any questions about framing out a bathroom, please drop a comment below. If you like this video, smash that like button, and then if you want to see more van build episodes, then subscribe to our channel, and we will see you at the next episode.